So, I made my first watch impulse purchase. I learned of a watch's existence, and in less than 10 minutes, I had bought one. You see, I was working on probably my second or third cold brew by 9:50 a.m., which was pretty typical for me. And that's when I heard that Hodinkee was releasing 3 watches that are limited edition through their collaboration with Unimatic. And that kind of caught my attention. I had been following Unimatic for a while, but when I heard one was going to be a GMT, my attention was really caught. So I grabbed a fresh cold brew and got ready. And at 10 a.m. on July 8th, I found myself logging on to Hodinkee's website and getting ready for the release. I knew I'd only have a few minutes to decide if I wanted this piece. Us as a watch community can kind of get crazy when it comes to limited edition releases and first. But the specs look cool. The sleeve of movement, the 42-hour power reserve, the 300 meters of water resistance, the 22 millimeter lug sounded kind of interesting to me with the leather strap. And the overall design was really nice. In the pictures, it looked great. But, these are professional photos. Obviously, they tend to look great. But the design was awesome. I love the monochromatic color scheme. I mean, look at this guy. If we bought this watch, we could become this guy. So what the heck? First GMT for them, first GMT for me. Let's take a gamble. But first, of course, I had to make sure the funds were in order. We're a small YouTube channel, and I strongly believe in not overextending yourself when it comes to watch purchases. So I hopped over to Bank of America and logged in and quickly found out that not only would this be a good financial decision, this would be a great one. And now all that was left to do was wait. 4 days had gone by pretty quickly, but it was still amazing to see Edwin arrive at noon as he usually does, dropping off the watch. All that was really left for me to do was go outside and scoop it up from the location we've always agreed he'll leave the packages, near the pebbles and under the green plastic flap, somewhere inconspicuous. The box is pretty cool in that pelican style that I hadn't really seen before from any other watch brand, but it was time to look inside. Seeing the watch I ordered inside is always a relief, and now that we had the watch in front of us, we could really take a look at it. The watch is handsome. It exudes that toolish vibe that I thought it would from the original pictures. I'm really impressed with the quality and the execution of this watch. I wanted to let you guys kind of take a look at it for a second because I don't want to put thoughts into your head. But one thing I did want to say is I didn't think I would love the printed indices as much as I do. I think that it really plays nicely with the overall design aesthetic of the watch. It even has this cool case back that offers up a custom engraved display of the world time zones, which is extremely functional as well when it comes to setting your GMT hand to track another time zone. And I also wanted to include a loom shot for all the loom heads out there, comparing it to my Omega Seamaster 300 on the right. Yeah, so next I kind of wanted to talk about what it's been like to have in the rotation over the last month. Because I think a watch can offer a lot on paper and even look great in person. But until it takes that next step and the owner actually makes that emotional connection with the watch, starts to make memories with it, starts to bond with it a little bit. To me, that's kind of the next step, to actually put the watch into the rotation and kind of see what that's like, right? And now that I've been coming up on a month of having it, I can say it's been a real pleasure to wear. I describe this thing as really being a funky, vintage-inspired tool watch, and I really love that about it. It wears really easy. It wears more on the casual side. It doesn't take itself too seriously. And one thing I really fallen in love with is the leather band. I love the width of it, actually. It's just kind of fun to wear. But I don't know. For Unimatic's first GMT, I'm super impressed. I have some trips coming up that I'm excited to actually use it for its intended purpose a little bit more deliberately. But I don't know, I think for Unimatic's first GMT, it's pretty impressive. I'm really enjoying wearing it. Makes me excited to see where they go after this. My gut says that this is pretty much a transitional point for Unimatic, that they're going to continue to try to use Swiss movements and focus on thinner cases and overall build quality. And I don't know, it'd be exciting to see where they go from here. Anyway, thanks everybody for listening to my story about my first watch impulse purchase and my overall experience with the Unimatic GMT. Until next time.